Hey man, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's Matt back with another video, and in today's video we're going over how to do the moonwalk. Now I know I already went over this in the prelude, but with new SIGs in this game we have a lot of different animations and the angles and everything's a little different, and I'd figure I'd give you guys more of an in-depth tutorial, and in the future I'll probably do hand cam. But anyways, bruh, make sure you like the video, sub up with notifications. We do these videos every single day going over the best jump shots, strategies, builds, yada yada yada, gameplay and all that. Yesterday I dropped a tutorial on how to do the behind the back spam, the teleport behind the back, misdirection, all that. So make sure you sub up, stay tuned with the content, and we're gonna get into this right now, I ain't gonna lie. But first things first, I gotta show you all the SIGs, so I'm gonna cut to that right now. Okay, so for the SIGs, what you're gonna want is these SIGs right here. Primarily what's most important is that you have the same size ups as me, because they just give you the good behind the backs, the good crossover size ups that allow you to do your little moonwalk flip animation. So make sure you have these SIGs right here: quick style, pro 2 cross, 3 behind the back, 4 spin, basic 1 spin works too, whatever you want to use. Spins are always your preference, but pretty much the SIG size ups and basic size ups and escapes, that's what's most important here. I use Pro 2 size up, it'll probably change in the future, but for now, these will work. You can learn it with these SIGs, and then you can try them. You know, you can try the moonwalk with your own SIGs. If it still works, then use your own, you feel me? But anyways, at least learn it with my SIGs, and then if you want to try it with your own SIGs that you prefer, maybe, you can try it, because it might still work, but just to be safe, we're gonna rock with mine for now. Anyways, dog, let's get into this real quick. So first things first, I'm going to break down the moonwalk step by step, because I know I don't have controller cam, so I can't run through this whole thing like crazy for y'all, and I apologize for that. But first things first, what we need to know is how to do the first thing, which is the size up. So you hold right trigger, and in this case, with the ball on my, it's in my left hand, I'm going to flick my right stick to the right. Boom, like that, alright? Now, if you do that, and then hold your left stick down at 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, guys, not bottom left corner, 7 o'clock. You do that little size up, and you hold your left stick down at 7 o'clock, your player flips. You see that flip? I know you all recognize that. That's the first part of the moonwalk from last year. So anyways, bro, you want to do a size up crossover, which pretty much, it does a little between the leg size up right here. So holding right trigger, you're going to flick your right stick to the opposite ball hand, in this case to the right, while holding your left stick to 7 o'clock. Now, if it was the opposite hand, ball would be in the right hand, hold right trigger, I'd flick my right stick left and have my left stick down at like 5 o'clock, like that. You see that right there? But anyways, I like to moonwalk, I always moonwalk the same direction. It's kind of it's almost like a flaw. You should learn everything both ways. But so right here, we're going to do the size up to the right. We're going to aim our left stick to 7 o'clock. And then all you have to do once your player flips, it's actually a little easier this year. The window, the window of hitting the move is easier. You're going to hold left trigger, and then you're going to hit it behind the back going forward. So I'll do it real quick, and I'll break it down even more. So you see me do this, boom, boom, and then boom. That was a terrible moonwalk. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. I'll give y'all a better one right here, because that one I drifted a little bit. So real quick, I'm going to do a size up, my player flips, and then boom, behind the back. That was a little better. There's so many different animations you can get this year, because your player can gather in like so many different ways. But yeah, pretty much what it comes down to is, if anyone's wondering how, because I know a lot of people do this moonwalk and they struggle to get the behind the back out of it, it's actually very easy. This year, what you got to know is that the behind the back is diagonal. So if I'm running forward right now with the ball in my right hand, I'm flicking my right stick down to the left, and that's the behind the back. If it's in the left hand, it's down to the right. So in this case right here, when we do this little flip, let me do it real quick. I hit this size up cross, and then I flip like that, boom. The ball's in the left hand, which means when I hold left trigger, and then I hit this behind the back, I'm flicking my right stick down to my right, but you also going to aim your left stick up. So hit that, boom, and then I messed it up right there, but right there, boom. Alright, so to break it down one more time, step by step, I'm going to run through it right now. Holding your right trigger, this is at least with the ball starting in the left hand. I know controls can be reversed the other way, but I only go to one side anyway with this. Ball in the left hand, you do a size up crossover by flicking your right stick to the right while holding turbo. You do that right there, boom. And then, except while you hold it, or while you flick that, you hold your left stick to 7 o'clock. So now, boom, player flips, right? So we do that. The second your player flips, hold left trigger, aim your left stick up, and then flick your right stick down to the right. And you're going to have to find the timing on your own. It's like a quarter second to half second timing, but you go like this, boom, and then you hit it behind the back once your player is flipped. You want to try and, one thing that I help other people with when they practice this move is that if you want to practice holding left trigger for an extra second or two, like I said, the window is way easier to hit this here. You can't really do it too late, so you can hold left trigger for a whole second before you hit the move, just to practice the timing and all that. But really all you're going to do, size up, hit that, and then you can even hit a shuffle out. You can hit a ton of moves out of it. I just showed you guys the moonwalk behind the back. So like I could do this move right here, and I could do my moonwalk, and then I could hit an explosive behind the back or a hezzy out of it like you just saw. There's tons of different moves. People do moonwalks and delayed spins. They do all types of stuff. So you see right there, there's me doing a delayed spin. And then what I'll go over right now, second move is I'll go over the L2 moonwalk. So pretty much what you do here is you want to face backwards. So in this game, one way you can face backwards is by doing a half spin, then doing a crossover, and then a crossover behind the back. So I'm going to go over that right now. Do a half spin, crossover, cross behind the back, and then backwards behind the back, and then an L2, and go up like that. That was a terrible animation, but like you can still do that in the park. So pretty much, if you want to know how to like L2 moonwalk really good, what you need to know how to do is a half spin and get your player facing backwards by doing a behind the back, cross behind the back, and then hitting a backwards move. So in doing so, I do a half spin by rotating my right stick in the right hand from 3 to 12 o'clock, so from the right to the top, like this. Okay, not like that, right there. And then after I do that, I flick my right stick down to the left, right, and then down to the left. So, boom. And then when I get to that point where I'm facing the far right, so let's do this right now. Half spin, behind the back, cross behind the back. You want to hit a backwards behind the back. So to do that, I'm going to go like this, boom, and then I'm going to aim my left stick down to the left and hit it behind the back. So when I get to this point where I'm facing the side, right there, when I'm facing to the right, after hitting that crossover behind the back, you're going to aim your left stick down to the left and flick your right stick down to the right. So watch this, boom, backwards behind the back. Alright, so if you've gotten that down step by step, once you do the backwards behind the back, if you time it right, you can hold left trigger and then hit it behind the back going forward. Alright, so pretty much what it comes down to, moonwalking pretty much almost entirely relies on left trigger. So like what you want to do is learn to just get your player to drift with left trigger. So in the moonwalk I showed you guys, the size up moonwalk, you do this, flip, and then you hold left trigger and hit it behind the back like I just did right there. And then for an L2 moonwalk, even though they're both L2 moonwalks technically, for like a backwards moonwalk like this, like based on movement dribbling, you hold left trigger and then you hit it behind the back again anyway when you're right there. So just practice timing L2 and then doing a behind the back. One thing I can say for all people that do moonwalks and stuff, it's like one thing you can practice just to understand the whole L2 concept is like stand still right here, right? If I hold left trigger and start walking forward, I can still hit it behind the back, right? Okay, cool. So what you want to do is get to the point where your player can dribble backwards, like a backwards behind the back, and then hit L2, and then boom, behind the back right there. It looks way terrible. It looks way worse this year than it did last year to L2 dribble because your player rarely walks back. But you see how I do it right there? It's a little uglier, but it still works. That's the thing. So anyways, bro, those are the two moonwalks. The first one you do by doing a size up, flip your player, hold left trigger, and then hit a forward behind the back to the right hand. I'll do it one more time. Boom, just like that. The other one you do by doing a backwards behind the back or a backwards dribble move. Hold L2, and then boom like that 2 perfect ones right there. So y'all seen it here first anyway, or at least hopefully y'all seen it here first. Anyways, bruh, hopefully y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it helped you guys. Make sure to leave a like if it helped and comment what you want to see next. Anyways, bruh, hopefully y'all have subbed to notifications by now. It's been MattRadiant. I'm gonna catch y'all boys later. It's time to become Juggling Gods. We upload every day, so I'll catch y'all tomorrow, bruh. Peace out, boys.